Today I will go over the Hoffa fracture of the distal femur, as it is a fracture eponym that you might hear about and may even see on rotation. The Hoffa fracture is a fracture to the distal femur in the coronal plane that extends through the medial, lateral, or both condyles. An isolated Hoffa fracture would be a great example of a type B fracture, building on our last video related to the AO-OTA classification, as it is a partial articular fracture. Hoffa fractures are most likely to involve the lateral condyle, and the Letenneur classification further characterizes these fractures. Just to briefly give you an idea of what this classification is, there are 3 types. Type 1 involves a fracture line that is parallel to the posterior cortex of the femur and involves the entire condyle. This one often involves ACL and LCL injuries due to the position of the fracture line. The popliteus tendon and the lateral head of the gastrocnemius muscle remain attached to the fragment. Type 2 involves a fracture horizontal to the base of the posterior condyle and are posterior to the attachment of the LCL. Finally, a type 3 is an oblique fracture of the femoral condyle with a fracture line anterior to the ACL, LCL, popliteal tendon, and lateral head of the gastroc. Type 1 and 3 typically have the best prognosis due to the minimal soft tissue disruption compared to a type 2. Nevertheless, Hoffa fractures are definitely interesting to read up on and are a great one to know and catch on rotation.